Hey there, Dave here, along with Jordan, and Chris lost his iPad and is trying to figure out how to use his computer. This is a very special Dumb Money Live. It's a very special day. It's our live reaction to the very rare October iPhone event. And before we get too far in, if you haven't done it yet, you know what to do. Gently destroy the like button. It tells the YouTube algorithm that we're on. If you're watching on Twitter, tap the heart. Give us a retweet. If you're on Facebook, you can like us, you can love us, you can laugh, you can cry, you can give us an angry face. You can give Chris an angry face for making us go on late. But wherever you're watching us, like all the buttons, do all the things. Thank you for joining us. As a token of our appreciation this morning, we do want to give away the new iPhone 12, the brand new phone that we're expecting Apple to unveil for the first time during this live stream. And we want to give it to someone in our community. And I was going to ask Chris how he wanted to do this. You already know how we're doing it. We've already talked about it a lot. But how are we doing this today, Jordan?
Oh, yeah, if the stock price goes up by a single penny during from the start of the event, we give away the iPhone 12.
And the way you qualify, because there still is time, there's a tweet where it's the three of us talking about a phone. There's a video of it flipping around. Retweet that tweet, and we're going to randomly select someone who has retweeted that tweet to give the phone to, assuming that Apple stock trades higher. And the way we're going to judge that is before the event starts, we're going to look at the price. And when the event is over, we're going to look at the price. If it's higher, we give away a phone. If it's lower, we've all lost money. And so, I don't know. I guess that's it.
Well, not me, because I have sold my Apple.
You sold your Apple ahead of this event?
Yeah, I don't have any Apple.
Wow. Well,
my Apple's gone.
That's kind of amazing.
It's weird. This is like one of the first times I've not been an Apple shareholder in a long time. It's kind of freeing.
I can't remember. There was a period that I sold it just because I'd made so much money in it, and then I always feel bad after I sell my Apple stock. I'm like, but it's still going up, and I still love the company. I'm clearly the biggest Apple fanboy. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna add. I got a new T-shirt designed for Apple. You know, I did that Tesla one. I got a new Apple T-shirt designed.
I tell you what, if I could get that Apple T-shirt that you had on in the screenshot or the promo for this video with the gold Apple, like if they actually made that, I would buy that. That's pretty cool.
That was just Photoshop, but it was rather amazing.
I figured, but it looks awesome.
Let me just see how many people have actually retweeted that tweet at this point.
I was gonna say I'm not a big Apple fanboy, but then I'm sitting here and I'm looking around, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Apple products in my, just that I can see right now.
That's the thing. iPad, iMac Pro, wireless keyboard and devices, phone. There's another iMac down there. Everything in here is Apple.
Yeah, I didn't even count the mouse, but that brings it up to 6. But I've got my Apple monitor. I've got 2 MacBook Pros. I've got my iPhone, obviously, and then I've got an Apple TV that's running the television in front of me.
So this right here is the important number: the 1.2K retweets. You have 1 in 1,200? 1 in 1,200 chance of winning. 1 in 1.2K chance of winning.
Nothing. We don't do anything to you. You don't have to pay anything. You just hit the retweet.
And that's kind of an ongoing theme here. We don't make you pay for anything. We do this because we like to help educate and just have fun doing it. So that's the thing. But I was saying that it's rare for Apple to have an iPhone event in October. They typically announce their new iPhones in September. In October and November, they usually announce everything else that you might want Santa to bring, your iMacs, your iPads, everything else. But last month at their September event, they announced a ton of product updates. The new Apple Watch Series 6. I forgot to count that when I was tallying up my things here. The new iPad Air, which has the same chip, the A14, that we're expecting to see in the new iPhone today, which, by the way, they've delayed shipping that until the iPhone because they don't want people to be able to see how fast that chip is. They also announced a new base iPad that's like around $300. That is their best-selling iPad, and it's 40% faster than the last base-level iPad. They don't call it base level because...
I'll tell you what, I've got that last base-level iPad, and that's what runs all of our home automation here. It's awesome. I mean, it was really inexpensive. It was like maybe $300 or something like that, and it's everything that
Yeah,
we
the
need.
base level, I think the lowest price is for like students, and that's $299 for the new one that just came out, and I think it's what is it, $349 or something for the for normal
Yeah,
people.
329 somewhere in there. Yeah, it's great.
They also at that event announced the bundling options for their subscription services. They said they're calling it Apple One, and that's basically where you can get multiple I also subscribe to a ton of services. I have Apple TV. I have iCloud storage. I need more than 2 terabytes because my phone has been taking and storing pictures to the cloud since the invention of the iPhone. And that Fitness Plus that they're giving for watch buyers. You can have a 3-month trial of that, and then it's only $10 a month, $9.99 a month. Even cheaper if you get it bundled. But the one thing glaringly missing from that September event was the new iPhone. Just wasn't ready.
Yes.
But in less than 20 minutes, the countdown is on.
We get to find out. So
I'm
you bought the
monitoring.
watch then, Dave? You bought the new watch?
I bought the new watch. Yeah, I had the
great?
black on black. This time I got the silver on black. I think it looks really cool because the face is black and it has that always on, so it just looks cool. And then I got the band that doesn't have the adjustment. It's like the elastic.
Oh, you got the infinite loop band or whatever
I got
it's
the
called?
One Infinite Loop.
I think that's great.
If there's anything wrong with it, I just mail it back to One Infinite Loop, Cupertino.
Do you like the band?
I love the band. And I was really concerned. There were rumors that it was that the paper printout sizing thing they had online was not accurate, and I think it was less accurate for the braided model. But this rubber model, it's like a rubber band. It stretches just enough. You can get it off, and then it over time it apparently stretches out a little bit. But I haven't had it.
All right, we need to address this. People are asking if Chris is having a staring contest. Chris is not having a staring contest. He had technical problems, or maybe not technical, very low-tech problem. He had his iPad stolen.
He thinks he had it. He had it outdoors, he said. I called him.
He had it outdoors?
He said he had it outdoors in his backyard, I don't know, front yard, but he thinks it was stolen. He can't find it. And I said, well, did you use Find My iPad? And he said, I don't think I had it on there. So he said, give me 1 minute and I'll dial in on my iPhone if I have to. And
so
it's now
everyone who's concerned, he will be here.
Yeah.
He's just trying to figure out how to use another. I mean, couldn't he just grab a laptop or like his phone or something?
We have him set up. He has a dedicated computer that goes to his camera. The only thing he can't do is watch, but he can dial in from his phone. He did that when he was on vacation.
Right.
It shouldn't be difficult, but apparently it is.
Well, we need to get him that monitor for the for his Mac Mini, and then all the problems are solved.
Why he didn't buy a monitor?
I don't know.
So expectations. We're expecting actually. We're now what 20 minutes away. I'm getting excited. Expecting to see 4 different iPhone 12 models. I have some line. I'll show you the whole lineup of what I'm expecting. But if you follow Apple as closely as I do, you probably have already seen everything that Apple's going to be revealing. The Apple leaks, kind of one of my favorite spectator sports. But this could be a huge day for Apple, partly for what they announced. But for me, I think I'm more excited about what they might not say, something that they say that they're not, that I wasn't expecting. What are you watching for?
Not much, right? And so that's kind of what I'm expecting is this is just going to be, iPhones, the 12s that everybody knows all the details of already. I don't really expect any big surprises there. Maybe the laptop refresh on the 13s, which maybe would be something that I would buy, but I'm not that excited about it from an investor standpoint. I mean, I just don't know
there's no
really
expectation that they're going to show the new iMacs or MacBooks or any of that. They actually have a November event where they're probably going to show the first time they use Apple Silicon in a MacBook, which I'm just killing myself. I can't believe I just bought a MacBook Pro 16. I really want the Apple Silicon version. Runs faster, cooler. All the problems I'm having with the thermal overheating when we do streams, that'd be gone. All the rumor sites have already moved past iPhone 12. They're now talking about what the iPhone 13 could be, maybe called a 12S, what the next iPhone is going to be. But today on the stream, for everyone watching, I'm not going to interrupt as much as possible, but if I see something today that the Apple fanboy community is not expecting, I'm going to jump in and let you know, because by extension, I think the Apple investor community is not going to have anticipated the things that I don't anticipate, right?
Right.
So before we start,
And so people are asking me if I'm going to hop back in after this event. Yeah, I mean, I'm not against Apple. I love Apple as a company. I just haven't seen the actual growth in the company to justify, the increase in the share price. I mean, it's all basically buybacks and just,
you're in
tech momentum at this point.
Like,
so if there's a better price, I would jump back in a heartbeat. I love Apple.
I don't think I could ever sell Apple, but if I see something unexpected, I might buy more. But I'm not really expecting anything unexpected. So what we are expecting, 5G enabled iPhones. That's kind of everyone has been expecting that. I'm expecting that Apple is going to have some kind of smart data mode that will switch you over to a 4G when 5G isn't necessary. Like if you're just like doing stuff that the extra speed doesn't help, because that will really help with your battery time, because we do know that this phone is expected. I say no, we do think that this phone is going to have a smaller battery, potentially less battery time, but perhaps even longer usage because they've optimized things. So we'll have to see. We are expecting also the flat edge design. So instead of the slightly curved iPhone 11, they're going to go back to that iPhone 4 style band, which is just beautiful.
Which I think is really cool. I like the way, I mean, when that 4 first came out, I thought that it was a really cool design. My problem is that I'm always got a case on it, and so it doesn't really matter. I never get to actually see the phone anyways because I go cycling with these things, and I've broken, I don't know, a dozen iPhones falling off my bike.
I can't believe you have a case on your phone. That's the last thing that I would ever do, to put this beautiful piece of art.
I've got Chewbacca on there. Check that out.
That is kind of a cool case, I must admit. But this flat edge on the iPad Pro is beautiful, and I just can't wait to have a matching phone. Although I might even get a silver one just to mix it up. I'm so excited. We're expecting 4 different models, 2 smaller ones, a Pro Max. We're expecting the OLED Super Retina XDR display on all of them. That used to be just on the Pro models of the 11. So even the entry-level, lowest price should have that screen now. We're expecting wireless charging. We're expecting a new MagSafe connector, so a way to kind of lock your phone in place where you know that it's actually on the right part of the charger. New, better glass so that it doesn't get scratched or broken as easily. Something that I saw at the last minute was a Dolby Vision video recording. I have no idea what that even means. But things we're not expecting, we're expecting to not have a charger in the box. That little thing that plugs into the wall that you plug the wire into, no more. At some point, they're just going to get rid of the port altogether, right? And it's just going to be wireless everything.
Yeah, it should be wireless. Or, I might, we're going to upgrade a lot of our outlets to have the USB, both the USB and the USB-C, all those different types built in to where we don't need to have those bricks around anymore.
I just have so many of the bricks. I actually like Apple shipping them because I have all sorts of random accessories where that small brick is all I need. Like a little device to charge a light or something. I just use Apple's bricks, but no more Apple bricks, which cuts down on their costs, cuts down on waste, and enables them to put the more expensive 5G modem in and not raise the price. So we're also not expecting earpods to be shipped with them. The wired version that you have to have the adapter to get, or they have the lightning port. No earpods.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, by now, if you don't already have a bunch of those laying around, or you're not wireless.
I've got so many of them laying around, but I've ruined them all again cycling. They're not waterproof. When I sweat, I've actually ruined like 5 of those
You need
things.
the new ones that are going to loop over
the
your
Jawbone
ears.
now, which is awesome.
Which one is that?
The Jawbone is what I use for cycling, or the Aftershocks Jawbone. It's so good.
We're also not expecting, and this is something that just the nerds like you and I would probably even care about, the 120 hertz screen refresh rate, because
I heard that that's still on the table for like maybe the bigger one, which is going to be. I've heard that's a potential that's going to be a differentiated phone that perhaps has 120, but the standard size will not.
So I've heard that that phone, the bigger one, I think the real reason is battery life. The 120 takes more battery power, and the bigger one will obviously have more space for a battery. So that's possible. I'm hoping, but I'm not holding my breath on that. The one differentiation that I heard about the big phone, the Pro Max model, is that it's expected to have an even larger image sensor, something like 45-50% bigger image sensor on the main camera, which will give better low light. That would be a real differentiator between even the Pro and the Pro Max, which the Pro Max is expected to be even bigger than the current Pro Max. Here, let me pull up.
Are you running? Are you running the big phone?
I'm rocking the biggest one right now, and let me pull up my little expectation chart, because this is the expected lineup. The iPhone Mini will have a 5.4 screen, 2 rear cameras. It's expected to come in red, white, black, blue, and green.
I thought they were getting rid of the green.
They're switching for the Pros. They're switching probably from green to blue, which is hinted at in this logo that they've been using. Well, you can't see it, but that's the logo. Where was I going with this? Oh, here, so the lineup: the iPhone 12, $799. That's going to have the bigger 6.1-inch OLED screen, 2 rear cameras. Oh, Chris joined us. Look at that.
Dude, I'm so pissed off right now.
Okay. Yes, your mic is on.
Am I here? Can you hear me?
Yes.
I've been waiting all night just to listen to your intro to this event. That's it.
You'll have to watch the replay.
I was going to spend a couple hours researching last night, and what's the point? You've been working on this all year, and what's the point? And then this happens. I lost my iPad. I think it got stolen from my house yesterday.
And how you don't have Find My iPad turned on just blows my mind.
I don't know. I thought it was automatic too. It's not automatic.
Something we're expecting. So your iPad has a U1 chip in it. That's the super geolocation, super accurate within a few inches of where devices are. And potentially they're going to have the new HomePod Mini. That's the one non-iPhone product that I kind of am more than half expecting to see today. And that's going to have a U1 chip, so that when your phone is in the house, that device and your phone will know where they are in relation to each other, and you'll be able to find your iPad even better. But dude, I'm going through my predictions right now, Chris, of the phones. Again?
Can I just tell you real quick what I think? I think I went out on my hammock yesterday for the first time in 3 months in the front yard. I never do this on my iPad. I think I put it on the grass, and someone came and stole it. That's what I think happened. I can't even believe this happened the day before our iPhone event.
I can't believe it either. I can't believe it. That's the sort of thing that would only happen to you. Okay, so we've talked about the Mini. The Mini is going to have an OLED screen, which is different than, so right now they have that SE model that's $399, but that has the giant bezels around it and the not OLED, LCD screen. So I kind of think of the Mini as a merger between the SE, which is smaller and bezels and not cool, and the R model, which is an LE. It's kind of, they merged and upgraded them and came up with this $699 version. Then the second one is the iPhone 12. That is the kind of flagship model. That's probably going to be the biggest seller. It is going to be 2 cameras, we think. Expected to be in the same colors: white, black, red, blue, green, kind of the candy colors. That darker green is what you had in the 11 Pro. We're thinking that's going to be a navy this time. So in the 12 Pro, the $999 model, that is a 6.1 OLED screen, that Super Retina. All of these are supposed to have the same screen. 3 rear cameras. It adds LiDAR, which the iPad Pro has LiDAR. I've had zero use for LiDAR, but maybe sometime in the future there's going to be a reason to have LiDAR. And the 4 colors there are gold, silver, gray, and potentially that navy. And then the 12 Pro Max is the 6.7 model. And this is where it gets kind of interesting. Like I was telling Jordan, the primary camera could have a sensor that is 40 to 50% larger, and a 5-time optical zoom, and potentially crazy digital zoom because of that larger sensor, and supposedly expanded ultra-wide capabilities. And
Dave, have they added a new sensor ever? When's the last time they added a bigger sensor, like an actual
sensor
bit larger?
size? I don't think they've changed. Sensor density and sensor technology changes with every phone, and that's why every phone has a substantially better camera.
So wait, is the iPhone 12 Max bigger than my Max right now? Is it the same?
It is slightly bigger. So your Max, you have the 11 Pro. That is a 6.5 inch diagonal screen.
Yeah.
And the new one is going to be 6.7.
Okay, because
so
like I used to make fun of people that carried these things, and now with my eyes this last year, dude, I could use an extra,
0.2 inches. Yeah,
See,
this
dude,
is comfortably big for me.
Sees the Mini on there, I'm like, man, I would really like that Mini.
You're crazy, dude. You're out of your mind. Yes,
I don't want to be staring at my phone all the time. I want something small. It fits in a jersey pocket.
Here's the deal. Can we just talk about from an investing standpoint? Because I have not touched my Apple position going into the event.
I haven't either.
Do you think, Dave, there's anything that is up for grabs at this event that might or might not happen, that if it does happen or if it doesn't happen, could send this thing north or south? Because that's the one thing I haven't really seen much there. Like,
I think the real thing to look for is their use case for 5G, because that's a technology that there's 3 different variations of it. Some are better, faster than others. It's not widespread in most of the world. The US is ahead of the game. The Asian markets are ahead of the game. That bigger iPhone is specifically targeted to the Asian markets. I think if they can explain to an average consumer why they need 5G, that could be a big deal. We've heard Wall Street talking about this being a super cycle, where every 3 years or so we see more iPhone sales because people are hitting the end of term on some kind of a contract. I don't subscribe to that. I think that it's also kind of feature driven, because at the last super cycle they introduced Face ID for the first time, and that was kind of a wow factor new thing. The one before that, I can't remember what but every 3 years they have this kind of major innovation. This is a new body, a new design change. So even though most people
So, Dave, I think what you're saying, and I agree with you, is the Wall Street has generally gotten this wrong. We didn't realize how crazy important certain features were going to be to the sales of the iPhone through the years. And the things we didn't expect to happen, like the bigger iPhone all of a sudden was gigantic for the company, right? The better what was it last year? Something last year or 2 years ago, no one thought would be that big of a quantum leap in sales, like a sales push, and it was. Was it the better camera? Like, I forget what it was.
I mean, it's always the better. Every time the better camera. The reason you buy an iPhone is for the camera, right? Because why would you not have the best camera in your pocket at all times? You live life. You need to capture moments.
So I think what I'm looking at during this whole event is I'm forgetting about actual things. I'm thinking about emotion.
It seems that we've been discovered by some kind of a spammer thing, so I'm just going to pull that
It looks
chat
like a
off the
whole
screen.
network, because it's like there's like 10 or 12 accounts that are all just saying the same thing.
Hey, to me, all that does is signal to the algorithm that we're popular, so keep it up. I'm sorry for the regulars.
Hey.
Every time we do a special event, all of our regulars are like, this sucks because random people have found dumb money. We do this all the time for you, our regulars, but special events like this, it's kind of like everyone's invited, everyone's included.
Okay. So I'm just going to look for emotions. I'm going to try to figure out, is there something that is going to emotionally drive middle America? That's what I would
primarily look for. We're about 3 minutes away from the start. I just wanted to talk about some other products. This is an iPhone event, but some other things that they may or may not announce, just so that you're know what to listen for. They might have a new changed trade-in program. Rumors are it could be called iPhone for Life. That would be interesting. AirTags are the tile-like tracking devices. We're not expecting to see those until early next year, but it potentially could come up today. That's a U1 chip that would help you find things when you lose it, like you lost your iPad today. That has a chip built in and you just forgot to turn it on. Silicon MacBooks with the ARM-based chips. We're not expecting that. There's another event in November, but if they say anything about that, I'll be listening closely. HomePod Mini. I actually kind of am expecting this. That is going to be the smaller, cheaper version of the HomePod, which nobody really bought the HomePod because it was expensive. It's an amazing device. It is like, it creates 3D sound. It's like but it's one of those products that it doesn't have the emotional connection because people don't know why they need it, and they're not going to spend that much money for a speaker that they don't know that they need. But a smaller $99 version to compete with the Alexas and the Googles, that could be interesting, and it could include that ultra wideband chip to help connect all of the devices in your house. The other thing that I'm not expecting, AirPods Studio, those are the on-ear headphones. They're going to be expensive, like $600. We've seen renderings online of what they could look like. They potentially are going to have a sportier, less expensive version, but by less expensive, we're still talking $350 over-ear headphones. I definitely will be buying some because as much as I love the ones that I reviewed, and you can go to Hey There Dave here and watch my my headphone. I did head-to-head headphone comparison before I became a financial YouTuber. I was just an anything YouTuber. The other thing, and I've already talked about this a couple times, but wireless charging for your iPhone, iPods, watch, some kind of a dock that has a MagSafe type connector. You know the old MacBooks that had the magnetic connector so that your things stayed charging? Some kind of a phone mag connector so that you know it's actually on the charger. Just, magnets and
Dave,
wireless charging.
we need to mark a price for Apple stock. The second this starts, I will mark the price, or you can mark it. And if it closes up 1 penny, even at the end of this presentation, if it's trading 1 penny higher, we'll give away the iPhone 12. You know what I think we should do? If it closes up $1 higher, we should upgrade that to an iPhone Pro Max.